first started, how did you know how to start this great business? How did you know what to do? Was there a plan? Was there a step-by-step guide that you followed? I'd love to hear about your journey from getting your license to being successful today.
Again, I'm a second-generation real estate agent. I watched my mom for years sell real estate, and I learned a lot about the business from that. Out of college, I got a degree in psychology and communications, knowing that I was going to go into sales. That was my plan the whole time. Sure. And I'd already been selling things like ads for the paper, or, Tiffany lamps, those kinds of things. Out of college, I got a job with a software company that ended up being me as a technology provider, which is not my thing.
Yeah.
From there, I sold copiers and fax machines.
Okay.
And then...
Which was the main technology in real estate.
Yeah, it was. Thank God we're not using fax machines anymore, though. And then I was a cardiovascular pharmaceutical specialist. Sure. And from there, I became a real estate agent. Kind of reluctantly, but kind of good fit at the same time. And I've been selling real estate ever since 2005. And it's been a great experience. I think just being in corporate America makes you appreciate so much more the opportunity to be an entrepreneur and an independent contractor. Just have perspective on the differences in the way that businesses are grown.
So you got in 2005. Fast forward 13 years of experience in the business and watching the landscape change very dramatically. Talk to me about that. How do you stay relevant? How do you continue to grow and learn and stay at the top of your game and provide those amazing experiences when consumers have changed and technology has changed and the way that we look for real estate and educate ourselves? So I'd love to hear how you've stayed at the top of your game across
so, in the beginning, and this was like part of the previous question you asked, is how did I know how to set up my business? A lot of that I talk about in my book. Certified Residential Specialist designation is a great place where I got a lot of great training in fundamentals. And there's a number of really great real estate books out there that I got ideas from. I think the key is to always have a growth mindset, always be looking, always be innovating, always be changing the way that you do business with the tide. So yes, in 2005, it was a lot different than it is today. But to your point, if you're not innovating, if you're not changing, if you're not aware of the new technologies that are out there to benefit the agent and the consumer, you're going to go away to the side, or you're not going to be able to do the kind of business that you used to be able to do.
Right.
So more and more I'm seeing people embracing technology and actually getting offers in dotloop instead of me being the only one using it. Yep. Now I'm seeing it come back to me, which is a really great experience.
You mentioned dotloop. Full disclosure, we've been friends for a long time.
Yes.
You've been one of our early customers. How specifically have you seen transaction management, dotloop, the systems that you use change over time, and how do you leverage those specific systems to complement that custom experience that your buyers and sellers want from you?
Yes, I have been using dotloop since it was called MLS Contracts, and I think it was in 2008 or 2009. I was one of the first beta testers, and back then I was simply using it to get my listing contracts signed and all of the forms signed. It was easier than filling out those little spaces with pens and, all of that. And it evolved to my company using it on a broad scale. dotloop has changed the way we do real estate, and it's made agents' lives better. And I can say that because I vividly remember in high school driving around with my mom after 8, 9 o'clock at night, having to drive a contract to some other agent's house, a 20, 25-minute drive, and dropping it at their front door. Yeah. Or having on vacation with my mom, having to go find a fax machine so that we can get an offer out to somebody. So once the online signing came, it not only changed the agent's life, those that were willing to adopt it and try it and use it and get over that hurdle, but it also helps our clients. It's amazing now, as a listing agent, when we get an offer in on a property, 9 times out of 10 these days, my seller is in one place, the wife, and the husband is in another place. Yeah. Whether it's in 2 different places of work in Cincinnati or whether one is in Seattle and one is in Cincinnati, or whether they're both in Europe, it doesn't matter. They can get on their phone and make things happen. Everybody has the phone. Everybody can make that happen. Whereas in the past, it would take 24 hours to finally get both people's signatures on a piece of paper and move it forward. And I've even seen instances where, as the listing agent, I will receive a contract that's in writing, handwriting, and I'll load it into dotloop and have my clients make a counteroffer in dotloop. So you'll see the initials in in the electronic format. And I've even had it to where that agent, when I send it back to them, their buyers will get on Photoshop and put in their initials.
Yeah.
Clearly wanting to use a digital service, but that agent hasn't embraced it yet, and that's not an option they can give them. Yeah. So going back to your question, full circle, this also makes it easier on our clients to do a transaction. It's just, it's easier, it's quicker, it's more transparent, I feel like. So it just kind of brings it full circle to the opportunities there. And I wish more agents would embrace it because it is so much easier and so much better on the whole experience.